of the things that came out quite clearly in the reading of the budget was how innovative the government is seeking to be in, finding sources of funding. Clever way of funding free SHS by uncapping GetFund,
Yes.
and absorbing the Dachi bond so that GetFund is free to do more infrastructure work, and then of course the uncapped amount can cover free SHS and the education of persons with disabilities. Some nice thinking outside the box, over there. But in spite of all of this, we still have some 56 billion that we are going to spend, which, we can't afford. That's our deficit.
For a developing economy, you can anticipate that. But the sense of this budget is fiscal discipline and fiscal prudence. So it's more on expenditure cut and increased revenue mobilization. I thought that listening to Honorable Atuforsen, these are the two legs he's seeking to work on. Now, if you take specifically the education sector, it's a good beginning and a good start. One, to uncap GetFund, and two, to absorb Dachi bond bills as part of government national public debt to free the resources, and then three, to dedicate GetFund to the financing of free senior high school. Now, that may not be enough, but at least a good beginning. If you take the free senior high school bill, you are talking of 3.7 to 4 billion annually. That is what we require to finance free tertiary education. At the time President Akufo-Addo announced it subsequent to campaign, there was no strategy or thinking as to how it was to be financed. So you notice that dedicated financing, if you examine annual budget funding amount, the ABFA of the Petroleum Revenue Management Act, about 70% of that resources went into financing free senior high school. The original thought of the framers of that law was that dedicate oil revenue and its returns into building robust infrastructure. That is what President Mahama and Honorable Atuforsen are seeking to do. So that now ABFA, you spend it more on infrastructure. So that's why he's pushing that to the big push. Now, GetFund traditionally and primarily was to finance tertiary education and to complement financing of tertiary education, not to supplement it. I mean, I was at the forefront with some of you in the universities when we advocated strongly for the establishment of the GetFund, including even what is now part of this lotto tax and other issues. It was a demand. If you remember, together with call sharing, I hear Professor Adai Mensah and Professor Sisudaland were at a forum yesterday. I was seeking to hear from experts what their thoughts are in terms of what we should do to guarantee equitable, quality, free senior